Most women think that sensuality is something that happens to them when the right person walks through the door, or when we're finally the right weight, or we have the right thing on, or when our person finally treats us right. But what if sensuality isn't something that happens to us? It's something that's in us. And the only thing standing in between the way of you feeling sensual is learning how to access it all the time, on demand, no matter what the situation. Let me be crystal clear. Feeling sensual is not about being sexy for someone else. It's generating that feeling within you, for you, anytime, on demand. Hi, I'm Dr. Ching. I have a PhD in cognitive neuroscience from Stanford, a retired professional Latin ballroom vice champion, and owner of Firebeat Ballroom Studios in Boston, and Embody Her Emotion. So many of us women are raised to think that romance, love, it exists outside of us. It happens to us when the right person comes, when Prince Charming comes. Look at every Disney movie. You've got Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Cinderella. All of them, especially the classics, are about feeling alive or coming alive when Prince Charming comes. And we all absorb that on some kind of subconscious level. There weren't a lot of movies, a lot of books that talk about self-love and how to generate that for oneself. So we all grew up waiting for the right person, waiting for the right situation. And a lot of us are still waiting. And I was done waiting. And Rumba was what gave that to me. And I would love to share it with you. I want to distinguish a couple feelings that are very similar to each other. We are all very good at feeling proud of ourselves. We're all really good at feeling good and successful and capable. That's very different than feeling love for oneself and sensuality. Sensuality is about sensing your own body, the way it feels when it moves through space, like the way silk touches against your skin or the way my hair feels against my skin. Sensuality is enjoying and delighting in how good it feels to be existing and in your own body, how good it feels to be you. And it's a lot like eating your favorite food. I have this one student who just lives and dies by pizza. She would give her firstborn for pizza. And when we were working on what it feels like to be sensual, I remember saying to her, imagine that pizza and just like, oh, you love it so much. You smell it and you're like, yes, that feeling of, oh, yes. It's that hedonistic, delightful, sensual joy. It's not necessarily about a sexual feeling towards somebody else. Yes, sexy can feel that way, but it doesn't have to be. Sensuality could be just feeling so delicious in your body and in your own skin and how it feels for you to move and be you. And that feeling of loving you and being you, that's hard for a lot of my students and a lot of women to tap into because we're used to being heady, we're used to feeling proud, we're used to feeling intellectual and high achieving. And those are wonderful feelings and it's a part of gamut of who you are. It's just that in service of being capable, the brain can actually mute other sensations, the sensing part of you. If you want to understand the neuroscience of why so many highly capable, successful women end up feeling muted and numb and blah, then I've made a whole video about it and how the insula plays a factor. But today, let's just talk about what you can do about it and how Rumba can bring it back. Rumba, or sensuality, is not about your relationship to another being. It's about your relationship to yourself first and foremost. It is feeling so delicious in your body that feeling magnifies and it's like a flame. It starts to bring other people into your joy. Your chi, your feeling, whatever is yours, it's like a fire that burns really, really bright. And the more bright it feels and the hotter it feels and the more richly it warms you up, the more it warms up everyone around you. And it's a lot like a moth to a flame. That's what makes you enigmatic and charismatic because you feel yourself so deeply versus taking your flame and like throwing it at people, saying, look at me, love me, feel me, and you're giving away so much of your fire. You're giving away so much of your chi. So just remember sensuality and everything that we're working towards is about making that feeling for you so rich. And I'm reminded of that movie scene in Harry Met Sally when Sally was faking a very sensual moment at a dining table. And it was so real for her. And she was able to tap into that energy so vividly that everybody else around at the diner table was like, I want what she's having. And so that's what it means to be so in tap with that feeling that you can pull it out, access it, and enjoy it anytime. And so Rumba to me is a practice in self-love, self-romance, first and foremost. For those of you who are new to Rumba, Rumba is classically a partner dance from Cuba. And it's the dance of love. And it uses Cuban hip action to express the rhythm of the music and the mood. And yes, it's danced in partnership, but it is the way you move your own hips. It is the way you enjoy the music. It is the way you use your hands. It is the way you connect with your own body, primarily your hip action. And that's root chakra, that's sensuality. It's connecting with that movement that allows you then to share it with somebody else. I have a lot of students that I dance with at my studio in Boston. I have male students who are in their 70s. I have little boys. I have my female pro-am students. And I can dance the rumba with all of them because it is not about a romantic sexual love to them. This is not about them. This is about me loving the music and loving the way I move and my hips. It is sharing my love of dance with them and wanting to infuse them with that same feeling. Don't get me wrong, I love my students, all of them. And I have so much universal love for them that when I touch them, when I move them, I'm giving them so much of my energy. But that comes first from my ability to give that to myself, to channel it and to bring it forward. Because the moment I start moving my hips in that way, the moment my posture changes for Rumba, I get into the mood of how good it feels to be me. And I'm able to magnify it so then you can share it with someone else. Rumba is not about being an empty vesicle and waiting for your partner to give that to you. That makes you the beck and call of somebody else. And that is not what empowerment or EHM, Embody Her Emotion, is about. Embody Her Emotion is about accessing these things within you so you don't have to wait for someone else to give it to you. And being able to pull sensuality from you, that is a skill. And we have so many skills we cultivate in life. We go to school for how many years? For our cognitive mental skills. We have athletic skills. We have executive coaching skills. I go to parenting coaching classes. And EHM, or embodied movement, is giving you the skill of how to pull feelings from within yourself. And that skill to be able to change your emotions and regulate yourself on demand, this richness, is what makes embodied movement so powerful. When we do Latin ballroom, it's easy to feel sexy. When you have your costume on, your heels on, you're all done up with your hair, you have your makeup on, and you're in character. And yeah, in those times when I'm all dolled up, it's easy to feel sensual. It is easy to feel sexy. Come back when you're on your cycle, and you're feeling a little fat, and you don't have your makeup on, and you're in sweats, or you're sick, and you're snotty. You don't look and feel sexy. The real training begins when you don't have the external cues and the external stimuli. Can you still pull out that feeling of you and that sensuality and to be sexy? The day you can tap into that feeling, you're gonna be able to feel sexy even when you're wearing sweats. Now, I get people who are like, you look really comfortable when you're wearing sweats. And people are like, oh, you can just turn it on like that. I'm like, yeah, because that feeling is so familiar to me. And I practiced it. It was a skill. It wasn't always like this. So even when I don't have my full face, even when I don't have my best dress on, I'm able to be sensual and charismatic, and I'm able to take my feeling, generate it, and magnify it, and relate to someone, even when I don't have the presentation. Rumba teaches you that that desire and that feeling is within you, not outside of you. And what I love about Rumba, an embodied dance, embodied movement, is that it gives us a tool set so that we can practice and access these feelings. Rumba is just one of 5 Latin archetypes that I use to cultivate a rich internal world for my students. We have cha-cha, which brings out your sassy, flirty side. Samba, grounded, primal, raw. Then we have rumba, which is sensual and soft and loving and strength and vulnerability. And paso is about conviction and power and standing in your truth, being unmovable in your truth. And jive is about unbridled joy, childlike and free. The goal is to use these dances so that you can access these feelings that are yours, inside you. And you do it because you want to, whenever you want. This isn't for anybody else. If you're curious about which of the 5 Latin archetypes is within you that is dying to come out, I've created a quiz to find out just that. It's in the link below. And if you'd like to go deeper, I've also left information about my 8-week course down below. It's a deep dive into all of the 5 archetypes and all the tools in the movement libraries to be able to help you access that feeling on demand for you whenever you want. And the most intoxicating woman is the woman who is so into herself for herself. So feel more, dance more, and I'll talk to you later.